Well, hello everybody, it's me, Mitch, again. Time for an adventure. And I'm out here on my back porch because I've got some room here, got my tools nearby. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to attempt, hopefully successfully, to assemble this, and it's a fairly heavy box, this Cuisinart smoker, and I'm going to do it right here in front of you, me, and everybody for a couple of reasons. Number one, I want to smoke some meat in it, but just as importantly, if any of you are so moved by what you see here today and think, my God, I've got to have one of these. I want you to know what you're in for, what you're getting yourself in for. So let's go get a few tools. Let's start with a box cutter. And get into this and see what we have. I like projects. Gives me something to do. Let's hope this isn't too big a mess. I see styrofoam, so I hope that doesn't come with a slew of foam balls. But let's lift this out. So far, so good. And doesn't look too bad. It looks like it's pretty well all one piece. We have directions, which I'm sure I'm going to need. And what's the best way to get this out of the box? I think the best way to do this will be to turn this box upside down and lift it off the top of the smoker. So let's do that. Let's set it down here. Little did I know I was going to get some exercise as well. And we will pick this up and attempt to lift it off. And here we go. Look at that. As all kinds of stuff falls out of the box. So we'll turn this box into a trash can of sorts. I guess I'm pretty well committed. Once you get one of these things and you put it all together, you kind of get past the point of ever thinking about taking it apart, reboxing it up, and returning it. So in that respect, I hope that seeing what we're facing here as far as assembly, you would know in advance. So let's turn it back upright again. And let's see what we have here. We're supposed to have legs for this. So let's open it up and let's see what we have. We have everything packaged up and taped together. So let us cut the tape, see what pieces and parts we have. That appears to be two of the legs right here. That's nice. So it does come with the legs. Something I was, you always wonder about. And we have And when there's electrical cords, you got to be careful. You don't want to cut anything important. Here we have the thermostat, the probe that plugs in, and the electrical cord. Put that there. We have something else that appear to be handles. They are. We have handles, and we have a rack. One of three. Okay, so it appears that we have a repeat of that again. We have legs. So we have a total of 4 legs, and it looks like we're going to have to turn this back up on its head to affix the legs. We have here what appears to be either a water dish or perhaps to hold the wood. Don't know yet. I think that's where the directions will come in handy. And one more of these. And here we have another tray of some sort. Okay, and what appears to be another somewhat heavier tray. It contains a handle, evidently for the door, with a spring on it, the thermometer, and the screws. And if that's all the screws there are, it says looking up. And then this must be maybe the firebox. Okay, we'll put that up there for the time being, and that leaves us with one more rack to unwrap. They do package this thing up pretty well. So there we go. We also have here some cardboard from inside. We have some wires that are holding the heating elements down so they don't flop around in shipping, and we're going to leave them on until we get done flipping this up and down and up and down. And we have one more rack which holds the water tray and the wood box, evidently, and that's about it. And it's not much of a mess. So let's clean up all of this stuff here and put it in the box. Not bad so far, not bad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take all the pieces and parts and put them up here on my sofa and get all this stuff out of the way for the time being. Pardon my back, everybody. And the screws and the other 2 racks. So far, so good. Now, let's take a quick glance at the assembly instructions. I know this is contrary to what every man does. Our credo is always instructions. We don't need no stinking instructions. Of course, the first 2 or 3 pages of this, as usual, are safety. Okay, step 1, carefully position the grill as shown. Upside down. Okay, so we will close the door and latch it. Put away the sharp accident waiting to happen knife, and we will flip this thing again, one more time, upside down. Onto its lid. Remove any errant foam balls. And looking at the instructions again, we have screws right here, and these screws are what look to be both flat and hex head and Phillips. Simple. Doesn't matter what kind of tools you have. But we will take the knife and cut along the plastic holding the screws. Hopefully we can keep them from all escaping. And after I turned it upside down, I did notice that they actually had perforated the bottom. So you didn't have to cut it. You could just basically tear out this bottom piece of paper here and expose the screws. I think what I did first was probably easier. But we'll go ahead and do this. There you go. Look at that. How cool is that? And we'll put the screws right there to be handy where we need them. Let me go get, and I'll be right back, a big Phillips screwdriver. And here we have it. Here we have it, a big Phillips screwdriver. And let's check to make sure this is the appropriate size for these big screws. Oh, perfect. This is a number 2 Phillips. So to give me enough leverage. And this doesn't appear to be rocket science. It appears that we only have to, one screw at a time, find the hole and tighten the screw. Is anything happening? Yes, look at that. Okay. So we will go ahead and affix all of the screws. I gotta tell you, so far, this thing has been a breeze. There's not a whole lot of assembly required. But let's tighten these screws down. All right, there you go. And repeat 3 more times. This long screwdriver is a big help. It's a big help right here. And let's make sure we get it in the hole where it belongs. There we go. As you're probably surmising, in the course of my long life, I've actually assembled and built quite a number of different things. I'm no stranger to using tools. Now, I think after the feet, all that we're going to have left to assemble are the handles that go on this thing. Cool. Okay, the third leg. Okay. And down the home stretch to the fourth and final. Now it's not going to take, it appears, like it sometimes does, especially with IKEA furniture. It's not going to take a degree from MIT in mechanical engineering to do this. This is pretty intuitive. Probably could do it without any directions whatsoever. And we do have some extra of these screws, so I can assume that maybe they're going to be used for the handle itself. The handles. Okay. There we go. So let's tighten these up. And I think this is going to be tight enough where you don't think I'll need to wrench tighten them. If it ever gets wobbly down the road, maybe I'll revisit these things. Okay. So we've got the feet on it, and step 2. Step 2, mount side handle to smoker chamber body using screws 1. Same screws. Okay, the 2 side handles. And can I do this upside down, or should I turn it right side up? Probably be easier to do it right side up. So let's flip this thing up again. And there we go. Oh, look at that. That is very cool so far. And we will open the lid and investigate the position of the side handles, which, again, intuitively just happen to be on the side. So we'll stick one in the hole here. I guess they get, no, they actually have blind nuts in them. Now, do they go with the screw under or over? Let's see what it looks like. They go with the screws down on the bottom, which makes sense. It looks better that way. So let's put one screw in the hole. Find the hole here. Okay. Let's put the other hole. Screw that in place. Tighten it up. Okay, that's on there. Rinse and repeat. Okay, and we have one screw left. And I love it when a plan comes together and you're not short any parts, not yet anyway. So we'll tighten that one up. We'll tighten this one up. Now we have handles, and the next step says, insert temperature gauge. And that would be this. Okay. Says, insert temperature gauge stem through hole in smoker door. Secure with wing nut. So far, This hasn't been rocket science. I like it. There really is only, it seems, a minimal amount. Now let's turn this so it's kind of level, so it looks like a thermometer should, and we'll tighten the wing nut. And there you go. We have a thermometer. That was step 4. Now we insert the handle with the 2 larger screws, which are right here. So let's extricate them from the package. There's 1 and 2. And with those screws, we find the handle that has the spring to keep you from burning the crap out of yourself when you open the door of the hot smoker. And that will go through the door, out the hole here, into the handle. Okay, that's the first one. And the second one down here. All right, and we'll tighten that up. All right. And that is tight. And we have a handle now. And there are no more steps. Okay, there are more steps, and it includes all this other stuff. So we got the handles on. Some parts not shown for clarity. Slide the cooking grates onto the cooking grate supports. There are 3 of them. That would be these here. And they appear that they go with a little lip up. Okay, my camera has overheated, nearing the home stretch, so let me finish this up. We've gotten to the point where I got the racks in. I was just about to put in the smoke box, the water tray, and underneath here the drip tray. And that's it. It's all done. I did plug the heating element into the side. I won't leave that in there because why leave that out in the weather? And this is going to sit outdoors under my carport. I will probably get a cover for it, like I have for my barbecue. But that's it. That's it. All that's left to do is fire it up, season it for a little while, and cook something in it. And I'm going to do that tomorrow. It's Sunday. I'm going to take the rest of the day off today and relax. I suggest you do the same. Enjoy your weekend. I will see you all tomorrow. You can go to my website at oldguycarnivore.com. On there, I've got a page that says links to stuff I use every day. These links take you to Amazon affiliate links of mine, and when you buy something through these links, it helps support the channel. Here is everything I use, every kitchen tool, gadget, and everything else. If you think, and there's no obligation, but if you think you might want to get some of the stuff that I use in my videos and do this yourself, whether it be food, supplements, kitchen appliances, tools, gadgets, frying pans, whatever. I would really appreciate it. oldguycarnivore.com. Links to stuff I use page. Doesn't cost you a dime more, and you're really helping me continue to do what I do. Thanks so much, and let's get back to it now. See, I gave you the rest of the day off. What else have I got to say? What else? Oh yeah, eat meat.